Are you a hockey fan? Love collecting memorabilia from your favorite players and teams? Then it's time to join 506 Breaks. Every week, we bring you exciting events packed with signed jerseys, pucks, picks, high-end cards, and more. From Montreal Monday to Toronto Tuesday, or the new Rising Stars event, there's always something for everyone. And for just $5, you can score big in our $5 Headliners event. Feeling lucky? Don't miss our fan favorite, Sunday Fun Day, every Sunday evening. All of this run by the man behind the magic, Stu, the place to be for hockey collectors. Join the 506 Breaks community today, where every event is a winning shot.
One of us. All right, welcome back to the Bush League Baseball Podcast. What do we think about you Savage starting game 2?
I do see they're running it back, playing Bieber on the road there for game 3.
Yep.
And Scherzer's available this series now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wait, this is supposed to be hockey. Sorry, boys. All right.
You know who's not, though?
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad. No Bo.
No Bo.
Yeah.
Anyways, don't broke what isn't.
Well,
don't fix. No, don't fix what isn't broken. That's
there
what
you
I meant.
go.
Don't
I
fix
got
what
this
isn't
guy
broken.
here too, who's not available. So got some Barrios memorabilia here, but
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like Voldemort.
Yeah.
Shall not be named. He's just he's gone. I don't think we'll see him again.
I don't think we
so?
will either.
Yeah. But yeah, to your point, Andrew, I don't know what you would do on the defense if you DH'd him. You're going to have Santander and Springer out in the outfield. Yep. You know what I mean? Anyway, not what people are here to listen to.
Hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey is back.
Hockey's back. And to kick off the season, we had a great video about Mitch Marner. Tyson, you want to tell us about how that went?
So, and I'm trying to watch the timer here. Can I explain to people? Now, the rant I'm about to go on is more of a Bush League podcast talk instead of Bush League hockey podcast talk. But just so people know, AI, well, it's not really AI. It's sort of AI. It is. But through programs like Opus Clip and several other programs, it takes the video from your podcast and takes clips and words that thinks go together to try to make you a 90-second clip. So before I even tell people what happened in case they missed it, but some people definitely saw it, we talked last episode about the Mitch Marner deal and how we think he'll work out in Vegas. Tanger brought that up. Boys, for about 15 minutes. And out of that entire talk, Opus Clip made it a 76-second clip. And I know it was because I rewatched it several times. And it was like, I mean, mind you, while it really, like 80% of it really was my opinion on the thing, it was the most negative sounding thing. And we got lit up. So like on TikTok, like some of the comments, and I had to take it down, but on TikTok, so Tanger, just so you know, because I told them I didn't even look because I don't look at TikTok. And all of a sudden I looked at my phone and we had 99 notifications, which I now know is the max. It won't give you 100 notifications. So we were maxed out. And I opened all of a sudden we had a video at 30,000 views. And I'm sitting there next to my wife going 31,000, 32,000, 33,000. And there was like 226 comments. And they were telling us where to go. And then I'm like, I watched this clip. This clip's not that bad. And there was all this stuff that like had nothing to do with what we. So like Tanger, you brought up how well he flew in Vegas.
if I remember correctly, it was mostly that small clip of you talking, so they really were just crapping on you. I mean, it was the worst part of it that was
It was the worst
snipped,
part of it
but
that was snipped. So
Leafs
like
fan on Leafs fan crime.
yeah.
And like some of the clip was me saying like he walked for nothing, and then everyone's correcting me on like it was a sign and trade. We got Nicholas Waugh, and it was like, we know if you listen to the whole thing, I know it's not in the clip, right? And then a couple of people brought up, you didn't even mention how he's going to do in Vegas. He's going to do great in Vegas. And it's like, we did. It's not in the clip. That was also talked about. It was like a lot of stuff like that. And then Tanger, that did get off into the weeds with some, and then some people were commenting, 100%, never heard it said better. Yeah, good riddance to him. And it was like, oh man, it's just like Leafs fan civil war on our TikTok by accident. Right? Some of the stuff, Tanger, they brought up, and I made a whole... So first of all, just so people know how the clips work, if you ever see clips of us that it's like 4 of us on the screen, then 1 of us, then 2 of us, then 4 of us, then 1 of us, it's cutting it up because it actually cut words out of our sentences or got rid of sentences in between other sentences to try to make a clip work, right? So it really chopped up what we were saying. It didn't put words in my mouth. I said those things. Do you know what I mean? But Tanger, some of the stuff... Yeah.
Use software that's made to drive engagement, and in this case, it really drove engagement.
Oh, it did. It drove engagement.
People were engaged. I thought people were very
engaged, enraged.
So Tanger, one of the lines was, we said like, how unsafe can Toronto be? Nylander takes the subway to work. And I think I had 8 people either message or comment, he was held up at gunpoint. He was outside of a movie theater in like 2019. Anyway, I don't want to get off in the weeds.
We're going to address each comment one by one.
No, we can't. But like, I'm curious of what Tanger would say here, because it's like, well, yeah, we can acknowledge that if you want. The guy who robbed them didn't know he was robbing Mitch Marner. He saw a nice car leaving the movie theater.
The same thing. He saw a nice car, somebody that was successful in Toronto, and said, I'm going to... It wasn't like a Leaf fan saying, there's Mitch Marner.
Yeah.
And like in 2019, we weren't even as enraged with a fan base, not even remotely close to as enraged as we have been the past 3 seasons. So I mean, like... Yes, he got robbed, but it had nothing to do with people hating him for not playing well in the playoffs.
It wasn't targeting... He happened to get robbed. Things. It's horrible. I wouldn't want to go through it. But he wasn't robbed because he was Mitch Marner not signing a deal. Like all the comments made it sound like that, as if we were...
Do you think they were all Paul Marner burner accounts?
They might have been.
Very possible.
Very possible.
We also had that conversation last week, but we won't dive into that.
Yeah. Don't bring that up again.
All that to say, folks, we're just some small town lads here doing a podcast. We're not used to this internet stuff, you know?
No. And one of my favorites was about that. And then a couple guys came to our defense that we don't know, saying like, oh yeah, held at gunpoint, and he thinks he's going to be safer in Vegas, which I thought was funny. I was like, thanks guys, I don't know you, but kudos to you. As a fair point that we didn't really say, this one was fair. Now, mind you, if we had said it, it probably would have got clipped by Opus Clip anyway. But it was like, you know, when they went at him with another deal again and the trade deadline came and went and he said no to his trade, his wife was very pregnant at the time and he would have been uprooting and switching cities with a wife who's like 7 months pregnant. That one's fair. That said, that is very fair. But what about the deal in the fall or last summer when she wasn't pregnant that you turned down, or that's like kind of an asterisk. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's a fair point. So I gave that one, I'll give that one credit. Very fair. And again, he did do a sign and trade he didn't have to do for Nick Waugh.
Nick Waugh scored last night.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So it was also a fair point. Like, we didn't talk very much about it last time, but it was brought up. But fair point. But again, something that didn't make the clip. Unrelated to Marner, to move on. This one I thought was funny, and then we can talk about the last couple of games. Apparently, none of us are allowed to have an opinion on Connor McDavid because we're Leaf fans. That's the best I can tell from some of the comments. And we're not all Leafs fans.
Some of us are Leafs fans.
Well, and on top of it, Gary had a McDavid jersey hanging behind him last week. Jeremy's not a Leafs fan.
Although he's covered in Toronto blue.
Yes, but none of the clips,
Shade of blue.
none of our clips on Connor McDavid said anything about the Leafs. And actually, we kind of praised the deal as being good for McDavid.
The same thing. None of us ever said we thought he was going here or there or anywhere after Edmonton. Just simply that this is a deal where Edmonton kind of has a chance to prove themselves as a contender, and it allows them to do that. I think that's all we said.
Our only criticism was we think they need a goalie. And some of the comments were like, "Oh yeah, keep dreaming, Leafs fans. He's never coming to Toronto." And it's like, we're not. We said it's a good deal, 12-5. What a great bridge deal for him. And then they can decide, you know what I mean? Like, it gives Edmonton 2 more years, but they need a goalie. Like, that was our keep dreaming.
After 1 week, I'm feeling pretty confident in the Edmonton goaltending situation.
Nice bobble there by Skinner to start the season.
I talked to an Oilers fan. Like I watch a handful of Oilers games every month, I would say. Like they're a late night team. And
it is a late night.
It's a long night to watch an Oilers game. But I talked to an Oilers fan last week about his thoughts on everything. And I showed him the Skinner clip and I asked his thoughts on that. And he said, if you watch a lot more games, you're going to see him do that a lot more. Maybe not to that extent, but he just loses the puck and in crazy ways, and then sometimes it kind of looks like that. So I mean, as I said, I don't watch a whole lot of Oilers games, but I mean, I think it kind of helps our point that we made last week.
Yeah,
goaltending might be something that they need to look at.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're already moving. They signed Jack Roslovic, who was a UFA, and like I was looking at that, I'm like, man, the way these guys are now. The way the Oilers are now, 2 or 3 more bobbles there, Skinner, and you might be out of here. You know what I mean? If I was like, if I was on the Oilers, I'd be like, okay, we're on notice here. We're everyone's watching what we're doing. We're supposed to be a good team. It's kind of a lot of pressure. You know what I mean?
It would be.
Yeah,
for sure.
We've seen that affect teams before. When they're almost like declared as one of the favorites early, that's got to weigh on them.
And then it's like, you have to be now. You get, now you need to be. But
in Nashville last year, Nashville, after they get Stammer and they bring all these guys in, you have Saros and that. And like, I thought for sure they were going to make at least a Western Conference Finals run.
Yep.
And they were just god awful.
Oh, terrible.
Most of the season.
And Barry Trotz was down to talk to them by like November or something.
Oh, that's right.
And it was Barry's like, I love Barry Trotz. I think he said in an interview as much as like when he got that job, he's like, yeah, you just go out and get good players and it's great. It's like, well, maybe not.
I do think that they should be a team that everybody looks at to have a little bounce back season. I mean, they're too good not to. There's too much scoring and too much in the back end, and they have good goaltending. I mean, Saros should be good.
Yes.
But
I was going to say,
I can't see them being bad again.
Yeah, they got that kind of got betrayed a little bit because Saros didn't have a great year. If that dude bounces back to, what he was 3 seasons ago, he can make them look pretty good again. So that's something I'm curious about. I had a question for you guys. If I said to you, talking a lot about Vegas, who led the Vegas Golden Knights last year in goals? Does anyone know?
I am going to say Tomas Hertl.
Any other guesses? Want to?
Since you're asking it, I'm going to guess it's not Eichel.
It is not Eichel.
It's not Eichel. I'll throw Stone out there just for the sake of throwing him out there. But.
Decent guess. Andrew was closest. Thomas Hertl was second. And leading the Golden Knights last year in goals with 35 was Pavel Dorofeyev.
I was thinking Dorofeyev as soon as you made it
that thing about it.
Yeah. Wow.
So I bring that up because he is already he's already leading the race, the Rocket Richard race. He has
5 already, I believe, right?
He's up to 5. Yep. And I gotta admit, I didn't know a ton about this guy. It wasn't really until I was looking into what's going on. I'm like, man, he's got 5 goals. Okay. And, we're early on. A guy goes on a heater and all of a sudden he's top of the league because no one's played any games. But I was just looking into him and I'm like, man, this guy scored 35 and led the Golden Knights last year. So, and he's on the second year of an RFA. He's an RFA on a second year of his deal, $1.8 million. I'm like, well, that's the kind of players that Stanley Cup winners typically have, is guys producing like that on super good contracts.
How many games have they played? 2 or 3?
I believe
3.
It's 3. Yeah.
But see, I don't ignore those early leads because that happens sometimes. Like Matthews at one point was almost, one of the years he won it, was almost a goal a game player. He was like 0.8 that year. But you remember that was the year, Tanger, he had 4 goals in his first game again.
Yeah.
And then 3 nights later, he had another hat trick. And it was like, all right, so you got 7 goals in the first 4 games. And now if you do go like 0.8 goals a game for the rest of the year, you already have a 7 goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's that can retain you. Yeah.
Yeah. They count no matter when you score them. Early, late, mid-season, all-star break, they count. But yeah, that's what like you were saying, it's that's what good teams do. Like not many people would have heard of Dorofeyev before, know where he's came from, know what he plays like or anything, and then he pops off 35 in one season and he's already starting hot again. Like that's how good teams win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
sounds like a $12-13 million player to me.
16-5, I think.
Well,
16-5 for a 35 goal scorer.
If someone said, "What do you think, a good player should make?" I'd be like, "I don't know. I have no clue. No idea."
No idea anymore. I did hear Elliot talking to Ron about nobody thought. They knew that this year there'd be changes in contracts, but they never dreamt this early in the season that it would be this unpredictable this quick.
Yeah.
Was kind of the comment. Yeah, that it's kind of taken off.
Yep.
Do you think there's a GM text thread going around, though, where Bill Guerin's just like, come on, guys, somebody.
I just pictured a meme of Bill Guerin being like the boy in Christmas Story with his tongue stuck to the pole. Hey guys, come back! Come back, guys! Come back! Yeah, someone's got to give a similar deal here soon, so he's not out. But it is. It's getting crazy.
Pretty crazy.
What's our thoughts on the Habs, boys? I was kind of wondering if anybody's watched any of them early on this year.
I haven't seen a Habs game yet. What are
Did you watch Leafs Habs the other night?
I watched Leafs Habs, and I watched some of them the other night with Detroit.
I was kind of surprised at some of. I mean, not surprised. I shouldn't say surprised. I mean, they're a great team. Caulfield, Suzuki. Demidov's going to be good. Bolduc's having a hot start as a kind of mid-season signing or mid off-season signing. But Patrik Laine, it doesn't look like he's going to be somebody that does a whole lot or is going to be. I mean, he's playing on their 4th line right now.
He felt very non-existent to me. Yeah, he's on the 4th line. He might as well have not been there the other night. But they're young guys. If you guys haven't watched, Hanger will tell you, there was like not MacKinnon-esque speed, but there was these bursts of speed every once in a while that almost felt like, okay, so they're going 3 wide that fast. What you going to do against that? You know what I mean? Like there's moments of, and they're just going to get better and better.
I thought for the first 35 minutes of the game against the Leafs, they outplayed them pretty heavily.
Oh, they
did.
That
was just from their skill guys being kind of quick and hard on the puck, and Slavkovsky looks better and stronger, and
he does.
He's moving well. But Laine, I just couldn't believe the lack of anything. He's not even playing on their top power play unit anymore, which is, if you have a guy like that that's a pure goal scorer, you probably would want him there. But I mean, he's struggling at that much of a dip right now. You can't even use him there, which is kind of crazy.
I really thought, like this would be this chance in Montreal, a bunch of young guys. He'd be able
and
to.
Can I tell you, like, I know you'll know what I mean, Jay, but like, I'm a Leafs fan, and I am a Leafs fan. But as a pure hockey guy, I was kind of rooting for Laine. Like, I want him to have this big turnaround and do well. Like, I really do. Like, it's a nice hockey story.
It's just hockey's better when he's doing his thing. When he is on top of his game, he is like, a top, what do you say, 3 shot in the league? Like, his shot is insane.
Easily top 5.
When he came into the league for the first even couple of years, I know he had some good years and some years that were kind of in that average range for a first round pick, but he wasn't far behind Matthews. There was that argument for the first couple of years in the league that him and Matthews are going to kind of go at it for their whole careers in terms of goal scoring numbers and everything like that. And then you put him with a team with a Demidov and a Caulfield and a Suzuki and a Slavkovsky in their top 6. I mean, it's kind of crazy that he's not having that success, but he's also had the injury bug is the last few years, and there'd be a whole lot of other kind of stuff going on there with the trade to Montreal and coming from a place with no success. I mean, it's it'd be a tough spot to kind of revive,
it would be.
Especially when you're hurt a lot.
Yeah. But it's pretty insane that if he's not on your top power play unit, I mean, like, what are they gonna?
I know.
What are we're at healthy scratch? We're gonna healthy scratch Laine, like. Yeah, that's a tough start. That's too bad. Yeah, I like to say I'd like to see him going.
Me too.
I didn't have a ton of news. I did find this kind of funny. The Habs played Dallas last night, and they were interviewing MacKinnon, who's always a good interview, and he's brutally honest. And he said someone asked him about the power play after he's in the locker room, and he talked a bit, thought they had some opportunities, and said he said I guess the fans were booing it. I guess they don't know a good power play when they see one. We got one at the end though, so maybe they should boo us more. I'm like, oh, that's nice, good start. That dude is so brutally honest, man. He is like such an intense guy. Like, you just,
I love it though.
Oh man, like, I just find it funny, but he's just game 3 calling out the fans. And isn't that a Midwestern market for you? He says a comment like that, nothing. No repercussion, no fallout.
Matthews made that comment last year just about the fans, but it wasn't about the fans. It was a dig at like all the rich season ticket holders and stuff, and kind of like the real fans not getting into I don't know that it went over nearly as under the radar as McKinnon's comments gonna go.
Oh, there was no
No, everybody picked up on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's just like, I guess they don't know a good power play when they see one, so.
Gosh.
Oh dear.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, it's anyways, we can wrap her up here, but real quick, I really am curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on the Marner-less Leafs so far. Have you seen anything different? Is it Bambi legs a bit while they figure out how to do this top 6 now? Like, what do you think?
So, a little unfair to the Leafs trying to figure stuff out. Lawton's hurt, and now Lorentz is hurt.
Yeah, so interesting. Today, though, Cowan did practice today on the top line.
Yes.
So he jumped up with Nyes and Matthews. Michelli dropped down. I don't know if he dropped down and took McMahon's spot on the second line or if he dropped down a bit further. But I think they're just going to try some of those combinations early and see what fits.
And why not throw the kid up with those two? just to see. And Tanger, I know you have way more experience in this than we do, but even if it's like it's his first game, mitigate some damage, try to get rid of some butterflies, like you're playing with those two. And then Michelli can more easily fit into line 2 or line 3, no problem.
Yeah. And I
been
think,
there, done that.
I think with Cowan too, he's a good fit with those guys regardless. I mean, you don't want Cowan to come up and play with a Lorentz or Domi style player where it is a little bit more run and gun. Nyes and Matthews are going to get the puck and they're going to have some ozone time and they're going to try to score that way. And I think Cowan kind of fits into that style. So I hope that works out.
Yeah, me too.
Because if not, I mean, those are really the two combinations that I was hoping were going to work.
Yeah. So Jay, to answer your question, on one hand, I'm not going to lie to you. There's been some other additions, even though Marner's gone, and they look a little tougher. So I'm seeing a little bit less finesse, but a little bit more grit, which I'll always take. But I feel like I can't tell you about the top 6 when they've been juggling lines so much already, just a couple games in.
Yeah. I have to ask the question because it's a hockey podcast, but I realized the season just started.
Yeah, but it's also been weird. So even like last night with Lorentz went down in the first period and didn't come back, and already they were juggling lines again. So I feel like other than the first line staying the same, you never got a solid look at the other 3 lines because they were trying all these different combinations as they tried to fill his spot the rest of the night. And I feel like we haven't seen like a real look Leafs yet already this early.
Yeah, but I do think that we are giving them some grace period here, saying that they should have some time to figure it out. They didn't look great in either of those first 2 games, top to bottom. Line 1 wasn't great. Line 2 wasn't great. I thought
period.
Domi, a period.
1 period.
Yeah, I thought Domi looked good. Surprisingly, I'm usually a critic. I thought Domi moved the puck well. He had his feet moving. He was into it. I thought Nick Waugh is playing into that role of go get pucks, be hard on the forecheck, just be hard to play against. Don't be a David Kampf on the 4th line. Actually play as a 4th line forward. Yep. But I mean, other than those few little positives, I didn't think their back end looked great. I didn't think they looked great up front. And Stolarz was fair, but not great by times.
Yeah, he looked good in spurts. Like he robbed them a couple times the other night. And I will give honorable mention to Morgan Riley, who at the very least must have come in way better shape than last year or something.
Yeah.
He just looks faster. He's back on the power play again. He's playing that point. He's jumping up. I don't know if last year he couldn't jump up. Like, I don't know what, but they'll settle in. But he looks better. I'll give credit where credit's due. He honestly looks a lot better.
I think we're starting to see more of a Craig Berube in the team as well.
Yeah.
I think so too.
It's like anything, right? When you start a job, it takes you like a year. You need to see a full cycle of everything just to understand how everybody works, how everybody ticks, how everything goes. And then you're kind of like, okay, I see what we can do, what we can't do, what drives this guy nuts, what he likes and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Because I was curious how, to me, when I picture Matthews, when he's at his absolute best in the ozone, he's not necessarily the guy hunting down pucks. Maybe he does at the start and he uses his size, but he kind of is in on the forecheck. Then he disappears, hovers around the slot, top of the circles. He loses coverage, and as soon as the guy loses him, Marner was the guy that would find him, and he'd have a shot, and it was probably going in. Like,
Matthew's stick is just so good. He can, as soon as he's in an arm's reach of you or a stick's reach of you, he can pick the puck off almost anybody, which helps him create. Now, he doesn't have quite that guy to bounce pucks off of like he had with Marner, but I think Cowan probably does that better than Michelli. Definitely does it better than Nyes. So, I mean, hopefully that's going to give him that bit of a bounce around player there.
Agreed.
Cool. That's good. Well, Tyson, you got to go? Got to go?
Yeah, I better head out, boys.
Cool. Well, another short one, another good one. But fun to be talking about hockey again. Can't wait to go viral and
Oh gosh.
And get all that nice engagement and get attacked, and it'll be great. It'll be awesome. Looking forward to it.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure to check out 506 Breaks. Keep your stick on the ice. Don't comment on TikToks.
See ya.
See ya.